A news conference at the Martin County Sheriff's Office this afternoon. Sheriff William Snyder is expected to make what we're told. Here he comes to the microphone right now. Let's listen in.
Here we go.
Y'all tell me when you're ready. Everybody good? Let me start off by thanking all the media that's come out today. I appreciate it. I may have been a little bit of last minute notice, but I'm thankful that you're here. I have with me here this afternoon the Chief Ferrara from the Fire Department, Martin County Fire Department, Major Brand Ball, who's a State Fire Marshal, Lieutenant Krista, County Administrator, and Assistant State Attorney and Chief Assistant State Attorney for this district, Tom Backall. After an extensive joint investigation into the cause of a house fire that seriously injured Martin County firefighter Juwan McIntyre, the Martin County Sheriff's Office has arrested and charged 47-year-old Joseph Edward Haas of Lake Park. Haas has been charged with arson resulting in injury to another, as well as grand theft in connection with the house fire on December 27th. As Martin County firefighters were battling that blaze, Martin County firefighter Juwan McIntyre was seriously injured and, as of now, remains in the hospital. The subject, Joseph Haas, was the owner of the house, which recently had been foreclosed on. He is currently in the Martin County Jail under a $1.5 million bond. And before I open it up to questions, in deference to the firefighters that are here today to show their support for their fellow firefighter, I was thinking before I came out, maybe a little unusual for a press conference briefing, but I wanted to share a personal story. Many years ago, I was a rookie law enforcement officer in Dade County, and I happened upon a fire and was clearing it, making sure everybody was out. And the fire department got there, Metro Dade firemen. Back then it was firemen, today we have firefighters. Now, I'm not sure exactly what happened, but the next thing I remembered was looking down at the carpet in the hallway and seeing black Corfame shoes bouncing off the carpet. And I looked down at those shoes and I said, whose shoes are those? They were mine. And there were two firemen, one under each arm. And they got me out of that building. Now, these men and women go to work every day. They assume a certain amount of risk. And they're never guaranteed that they'll come home uninjured or that they'll even come home ever at all. And when you look at the facts of this case and you have the arrest affidavits and such, it's kind of a black and white thing and you read it. The reality of it is that Juwan got up that morning to go to work to serve us and to make our lives safer. And because of the actions of our subject, intentionally set a fire, Juwan is seriously injured, faces more operations, and will be in a hospital for months. And I want you all to know that as long as I'm sheriff, and as long as I draw breath, if someone does something against you, and we treat everybody in this county fairly, and every victim has a right to our protection, but you are especially close to our hearts, and this entire agency was in grief with you and offended by what happened that day. And so with that, I'll close my remarks. We have several people here that can answer some of your questions. If I have a question while I'm standing here, I'll be glad to answer it. But once we get into the nitty-gritty of the case, I'll probably ask our detective sergeant.
Martin County Sheriff William Snyder announcing the arrest of a man from Lake Park, 47-year-old Joseph Haas, in connection with that arson fire that severely injured the rookie firefighter, Juwan McIntyre, not long on the job when he was injured so severely.
Right after Christmas, right. December 27th, responding to a house blaze, a second firefighter had to be treated on the scene. A third was treated and released from a medical center, and McIntyre is now, as we heard, recovering from serious burns at Jackson Memorial Hospital, the Ryder Trauma Center in Miami, famed for its burn unit. And Haas, at least that's how we're pronouncing it, we don't have the spelling yet, right, but was the owner of a home being foreclosed upon, now charged with arson.
We'll be back with more on News Channel 5 after this.